Hello, this is Yahweasel. Let's play Choice of the Dragon by Dan the Fabulous Lich and Adam Strong-Morse. After about a month, a knight arrives. She kills a few of her goblin guards and calls out to you. How do you respond? I present my demands. If the human acknowledge me as their ruler and give me adequate tribute, I will cut back on my rating. I ignore her. If the queen wants to talk, she should come here herself. I kill the insolent knight. I present my demands. I like that. You fly out of your lair and unleash a blast of flame into the air, causing Dame Elsa's horse to rear uncontrollably. Listen, knight, if your little queen wants me to stop raiding her lands for money and food whenever I feel like it, she'll have to meet my demands. She needs to acknowledge that I am the true ruler of these lands, and she needs to provide me with great tribute in both food and gold. Otherwise, I will continue to take what I please, when I please. Is that understood? The knight does not answer at all, except to lower her visor and set her lance to charge you. You brush her lance aside with your claw and bite her head off. Her fleeing squire carries your message back to the queen. I'm glad she had a squire. That was helpful. A few more knights come by over the next several months with similar roles. Why can't I read? You people make me play text adventure games, but I never learn to read. With similar results. It's a bit annoying, but random knights are no real threat to a dragon like you. Are you willing to just wait until the humans are willing to acknowledge your rule? No, I've had enough waiting. What are a few months or years to a dragon who will live centuries? I'm not leaving my lair. I'm going to the capital and eating the queen herself. Vigilance increases. Why? It basically, in this game, it seems like if you do anything under any circumstances, that's vigilance. Disdain means you just sit on your fat butt and do nothing. It doesn't take long before you are circling over their puny city. It would burn beautifully, and you could smash it into flinders, but it's full of wealth. You can smell the treasure from here. You settle heavily in the main plaza in front of the palace. As you land, your tail idly destroys the ancient statue of some dead king. Send out your queen, you roar. People flee from the sound of your voice. I demand to talk to her. Send her out or I'll rip apart the castle piece by piece, and then eat her once I'm done. Now! That now belongs, by the way, to sending her out. It doesn't belong to when I'm going to rip her. The point is, you do that now or I'll do that. Understood? Okay. Someone screams. You see worried courtiers standing at you from around the... Standing at you? Staring at you from around the door to the palace, then hastily ducking back inside. From behind, the sound of a horse distracts you. You smell weapon oil and metal. Avaunt, foul beast... Wait, no, that's the goblin voice. I need a different voice. Avaunt, foul beast. Challenges a human encased in metal armor. He carries a long lance with a pennant flying from it. I am Sir Rodegard, Knight of... Are you going to put up with that? Just kill him. You knock him down before he ever completes his little speech. A claw swipe knocks him sideways off his horse and sends the mount fleeing in blind terror. The knight rolls and awkwardly tries to get to his feet. As he does, he looks up to see you dangling the remains of the plaza's statue over his head. Duck, you suggest, and he does. Then your head snaps down and catches him in your jaw. He struggles, half in and half out of your mouth as you decide whether to eat him. Of course, why would I allow him to live? I'm already in the... What would be the point of allowing this knight to live? There's no point at all. You bite down hard, swallow, and smile a terrible grin. I prefer to cook my food, but whatever. Mustering whatever dignity she can, the human queen steps outside the doors to her palace. You can smell her fear, and her courtiers beg her not to, but she emerges to meet you with what passes for human courage. You smile. A terrible sight. Beast? She asks in a remarkably steady voice. I am Queen Juliet. We have not offended you. What is it you want with us? We have not offended you. Just eat her immediately. I love that. Command the queen to surrender her kingdom. How do you want to command the queen? Cleverly. Yeah, cleverly. Dearest queen, you croon, I am not without mercy. I am able to kill you and everyone you protect. Alternately, I could decimate your kingdom. Your few remaining subjects would kill you themselves for betraying them to a fearsome dragon. I have a better idea, however. In exchange for a somewhat burdensome amount of treasure, I will rule you from afar. You will become my kingdom and my subjects, and in return for your obedience and tribute, I will protect you. What say you? The soon-to-be ex-queen's eyes are bulging.
Great dragon, she stutters. That is a very kind and gracious offer. We would be blessed to have as mighty a protector as you. May we have some time to decide?
You know what? I'm going to ask in chat whether she should have some time to decide. I'm not really sure. Well, chat is useless as ever. I'm going to give her some time, actually. So basically, if I give her some time, she could notionally raise an army, but that's a more disdainful option, and I'm trying to keep some disdain. Yeah. Of course, you say. This must be a very difficult decision for you. You may have 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
She sounds shocked.
That's hardly enough time to
betray me and summon your knights, to smuggle out the best of your riches, I agree. You have a choice, queen. You can die or live. You can lose your kingdom or give it to the most powerful protector imaginable. It will only cost you wealth and your pride. What do you choose?
The answer is no. You're a treacherous beast, and you cannot intimidate me. I would rather die than...
In that case, allow me to oblige. You eat her in a single snap of your teeth. Infamy increases! After you finish devouring her, you round up the ex-queen's advisors. You kill a few to motivate the rest and force the survivors to abase themselves before you. As your new slaves cower before you, one of the former queens... I just saw my name again. Oh god, every time, because it's like you don't know what it means.
Yes, I am the Dragon King.
It's not that funny always. We'll try to bring it down. As your new slaves cower before you, one of the former queen's advisors shouts out to the terrified populace, "Behold your new master, Drag King! To defy the dragon is death!" Good. They understand the way things work now. You then gather the most valuable items in the palace for your hoard and fly back to your lair. You won't be able to trust them, of course, but that hardly matters so long as they keep you supplied with food and gold. Next chapter. You...
No, I'm just a dragon who is your king! Drag King! I thought it was clever! I thought it was... pithy!
You rule over your territory for several uneventful years before your goblin minions begin to report some disturbing news. They have seen another dragon raiding within your territory, seizing tribute that ought to be yours and eating your prey. Based on their description, you realize that the dragon is none other than your elder clutchmate, Axilmius! Axilmius was always an overbearing brute, seeking to seize what did not belong to him. You may recall what he did to your golden shield. What do you do about Axilmius' incursion into your domain? Let's see where we stand. Disdain and vigilance are pretty even. Cunning very high. Finesse. We want to do a finessey, cunning way of getting rid of him, of course. We are uninjured. Axilmius must be destroyed. Another dragon of the far reaches who did not... See, this is obviously the more disdainful thing, but, like, Come on. Like, come on, honestly. Exilmius must be destroyed. How dare he enter your territory? His effrontery leaves you no choice? Is this not effrontery? Future Yahweasel. This game is replete with vocabulary. What is effrontery? Effrontery? Vigilance increases. Your rapid response also prevents him from taking some of your tribute. Wealth increases. As your elder clutchmate, Exilmius is a foe worthy of respect. How do you plan to defeat him? Wait for him to come to me. He'll need to eventually, and I'll have the advantage. Set up an ambush. I like that. Confront him in the air. I like that, too. Just head in his general direction and beat him into the ground like the cur he is. Trick Exilmius into fighting one of my enemies. There we go. I like that a lot. So that's the cunning answer. This is also a cunning answer. This is the finesse answer. My cunning is the highest, so I should go with the cunning answer. I like this. I didn't know I had enemies, but apparently I do. So, kill two birds with one stone. Kill two birds with one stone. Trick Exilmius into fighting one of my enemies. Exilmius is dangerous, but you can turn that into an advantage by arranging for him to battle one of your enemies. Besides, if two of your enemies fight, you always end up ahead. Some of your subjects have complained to you about a wizard, Vormius, something like that. You haven't bothered to learn her name yet, since every character in this game is female, since she clearly isn't a threat to you. Apparently, she has been performing strange experiments on local people and other animals in the kingdom, and she defends her territory vigorously. If Exilmius can eliminate her, so much the better. How do you arrange for Exilmius to fight her? I lure Exilmius there in flight. I spread rumors about Vermius's great wealth. Definitely spread rumors about Vermius's great wealth. Exilmius won't be able to resist the opportunity to seize a treasure trove. You contact your network of minions and spies, sending the word forth that Vermius has a vast fortune waiting to be plundered. Eventually, Exilmius captures one of your minions and tortures the truth out of him. You lose one of your pawns, but that's a small price to pay for Exilmius and Vermius against each other. You don't hear anything about their battle, but you also hear no further reports of Exilmius threatening your territory. Mission accomplished. Cunning and finesse increased, and that chapter is overall... Wow, that was easily dealt with. I may now save my game below. Hey, cool. Okay, let's see. So does this... Okay, please hold. Now, let's watch this make that email address I tried to hide become public anyway. There we go. We saved, I guess. Maybe? Is that how it works? There's a traveling party of adventurers in town. The people are already calling them heroes, telling tales of their past deeds. Do-gooders like these can be very dangerous. What do you want to do? Gather information, challenge them to a duel, kidnap a princess to lure them out, scare them off, or ignore them. Well, this is the disdain option, but why would I do that? I want to kidnap a princess to lure them out, of course. That's what I do. Well, this should say kidnap a prince or princess. I don't know which one I'm on. I do strict alternation, we've already established. Let's be honest, are you kidnapping a princess for tactical reasons, or are you kidnapping a princess just because you like kidnapping princesses? A little of column A, a little of column B. Princesses. I thought as much. Anyway, kidnapping princesses is your speciality. It helps that her is in the highest area. What is this? Oh, I thought I knew English. It helps that her bower, which I remember it being in some point-and-click adventure game, and I didn't know what it meant then either, is in the highest in the castle. It's trivially accessible by air. You rip off the roof, snatch the princess, and fly away chortling. Bound securely in your domain, the princess offers you vast riches if you set her free. Do you accept her offer? Of course not. Who cares? That would undermine your plan, wouldn't it? Eventually, the heroes do arrive. Their leader, a brave paladin in shining white armor, challenges you to a duel. What a moron. She is okay, I'm gonna sound like one of those annoying, anti-feminist or meninist or whatever god-awful name they have. I'm gonna sound like one of those people, but genuinely it is weird that every character is female. It's 100, they're all female. Like, are there no men in this kingdom? Are there no men I have taken over the, one, true matriarchy in the world. It is, there are men, don't get me wrong, but they are slaves, they are, they can do the farming, they can do that kind of, but they certainly have no power. Okay, that's, I hadn't quite figured out that about the kingdom that I have taken here, it is the true matriarchy. That's fine then, I now understand. Anyway, for next time, until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, join us on Discord at yahweasel.com/discord. Cheers from Yahweasel.